Are you concerned about the current real estate market and the impact on rising rates? Well, then stay tuned. What's up, everybody? My name is Jackcline and I'm a local realtor here in San Diego, California. And today we're going to be diving into the current housing market. We're going to take a look at the increasing interest rates and the impact that this has on our current market, as well as what you should be expecting if you're considering on buying or selling a home here in San Diego. Let's get started. First things first, let's address the elephant in the room, and that is the increasing interest rates. This, coupled with the increasing home appreciation, has caused a ton of uncertainty in the market. And everyone's asking the same question: is the market gonna crash? What's gonna happen to home sales? And listen, instead of me telling you what I think is gonna happen, because I certainly can't tell the future, let's analyze some data together that shows what has happened historically when mortgage rates have risen by more than 1%. So then you can make your own educated decision of what may happen moving forward. So as we all know, rates have been on the rise and they are expected to continue rising throughout 2022 and into 2023 to help fight against inflation. In this next chart, you can see the impact of rising mortgage rates on home prices when mortgage rates have risen by more than 1%. And as you can see, home prices have actually increased on an average of 8% during these times. But let's take it a step further. Here we can see the impact of rising mortgage rates on home sales. And as you can see, home sales actually fell during this time, but only by an average of 5%. And that's also taking into consideration the huge rate hike in 1993 when we saw rates reach as high as 9%. Yes, as high as 9%. We're nowhere near this currently. Something I like to point out that's different in our current market situation compared to prior markets is our lack of inventory. In fact, we're at historic lows, down nearly 50% from this time last year. Therefore, with a rising population, demand, and a decreasing inventory, supply, most experts are predicting the housing market to continue to rise. This is the same reason why a rare sports car where only a few exist is going to be more expensive than one that everybody can get their hands on, because currently it's hard to get your hands on a home. At the end of the day, supply and demand is what drives home price appreciation. Here's another great illustration. This shows that there are currently more listings than active listings. Now what this means is that as soon as a house hits the market, it sells. In fact, the current month supply of homes is 0.6. This means if today we ran out of homes to sell, we would run out of homes in 18 days. Here's another great example of why we have a lack of supply. This chart showing the amount of homes being built over the past few years, you can see that builders have been playing catch up ever since the crash of 2008. High inflation is something else that's very concerning in the market, and homes have always been a great way to hedge yourself against inflation. And I would like to point out in these illustrations here that home appreciation is almost always higher than inflation, meaning inflation won't necessarily pull down home prices if that's something that you're concerned about. Which leads us to what some of the top industry experts are predicting when it comes to forecasting home appreciation. And as you can see here in the illustration, on average, they're expecting it to move about 6 to 7%. What's this mean if you're looking to buy a home today in this market? I get it, it's a little scary. Homes are selling super fast, agents are telling you that you have to pay over the list price, and it's terrifying. But nonetheless, given the data, home prices are expected to rise. Now, maybe not that crazy 19% like we saw last year, but a modest 6 to 7%. Now, at the end of the day, no one has a crystal ball to tell the future, and trying to time the market can be nearly impossible. So, whether you decide to buy or sell now, or wait, here are some things to be aware of in our current market. If you're a buyer in this market, be prepared to pay over the listing price, have additional funds in case there's an appraisal gap to cover, be able to waive some contingencies to make your offer more competitive, and be able to move quickly as houses are not staying on the market long. On the other hand, if you're a seller in this market, well, it's a seller's market and the ball's in your court, at least for now. I will say, if you're looking to upgrade to a higher price point, there is less competition on these homes compared to homes at a lower price point. So this could be a time to upgrade into a more expensive home and still profit as much as possible on your current home. Lastly, when it comes to renting, we're not even going to get into that because the rents are crazier than the home prices. At the end of the day, get into the real estate game sooner than later. That's my April 2022 market update. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.